So look, for over a year now, Asian Americans have been fighting two viruses. One is the COVID-19 virus that all of us face and the health effects, the economic effects of that virus. But unfortunately, Asian Americans have also had to fight a second virus, a virus of racism, a virus that is affecting us in a disparate way. And this is shown in statistics. From a recent Harris poll, over 75% of Asian Americans felt that they were the target or had increased fear of discrimination. An earlier poll done last year said that 40% of Asian Americans either experienced discrimination or heard someone blame Asia or China for COVID-19. So this is real. Words matter.
That name gets further and further away from China as opposed to calling it the Chinese virus.
There's been a very direct connection between the actions and words of the former president and administration. And so there's going to need to be a lot of work to undo what President Trump has said. As I pointed out in my own presentation, so many of the incident reports we get actually use the former president's language of Wuhan virus, Kung flu, China plague. And we know that there were a number of policies the former administration put forth to really alienate, isolate, and prevent our communities from getting the support they needed through public charge and others.
While Trump is no longer in office, this racist rhetoric and harmful policies targeting immigrants are having a lasting impact as we continue to receive reports on our site and incidents that we're learning about in the media. The surge in violence has created an atmosphere of tremendous fear. And so we really have to speak to that and really hold our community at this time. And address that immediate harm. And one of the things that we're seeing are community members from all walks of life saying, what can I do? And that work is very important. And it's coming from not just the Asian community. Our actions this past weekend was multiracial.
I come today to stand strongly and squarely with our colleagues and friends in the Asian American community to say hate anywhere is hate everywhere, and that hate is an indivisible disease. We stand with and against the efforts to demonize people in the Asian American community.
But we know that racism is a moving target and it's a moving ball all the time. And it's just a matter of time until it starts getting to everybody. And that's what we're experiencing now with the excuse of the COVID-19 virus. So what we are actually experiencing is the virus of the America First virus. That is the one virus that we need to start dismantling from here on, because that was embedded into society. If you do something to me and I don't have the power to fight back, if you have power over me, if you are the boss and you're over exploiting me, and just like me, everybody else that works with me, if you are, elected and I don't have a chance to have somebody that represents me at the political level, if you are, not of equal, right, to somebody else, what we need to work on is establishing the checks and balances of society that grants equal power to everybody, whether it's at home, at the workplace, in the community, at church, anywhere else. We need to have equal power.
Unfortunately, Sandy, what we see too often is that our communities are pitted against each other. And in fact, that is how white supremacy works, right? So that we don't necessarily look at the overarching causes of the problem, but we say, oh, you know what, who's nearest to us? Who's in closest proximity, either geographically or socioeconomically? And what I wanted to just remind folks of is rather than accept the premise that, that we're against one another. And I think too many people in our AAPI communities accept wholesale the model minority myth and accept, unfortunately, anti-Blackness. So let's think about that and think about how we work together towards solutions rather than accept the premises of white supremacy, which is that let's pit these groups against each other. We have so much in common, and that we can work together for the right restorative and transformative justice solutions. I think that's really what people are looking for, is this time of healing rather than division.
And I want to just say that it has been distressing for us in the African American community to see that hatred and bigotry that's led to violence has increased when it comes to Asian Americans, Latinx Americans, LGBTQ Americans, Jewish Americans, Islamic Americans, and Black Americans over the last 4 years because of this climate of intolerance which has been created in this nation. So today, I want to make it clear that we will stand together in urging investments in community, accountability for those that carry out these acts, and to continue our commitment to cross-cultural work and understanding, which is essential to the work of civil rights in the 21st century.